Okay, we're looking a little crazy. I'm just gonna use my fingers to tone this down a bit. So you do have a nice long lace front that's gonna take you probably around here on your head. Looks cute with an ear tuck. You could part this anywhere on top because it is hand tied, but overall, style's pretty cute. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm here to show you actually two of Ellen Wille's new styles this summer. We have Escape Soft and we have Avenue Soft. But before we jump into it, I'm just gonna remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. Okay, so I wanted to show you these two styles together. Although they are both short styles, they're quite different in terms of what their style looks like. But I also just wanted to show you how, even though they are both called Escape Soft, Avenue Soft, it doesn't necessarily mean their cap is going to be identical and it's not going to be exactly the same as the other. So these caps, although both called soft, they are not the same cap. So we will jump into that all, and then I'm going to show you what these two styles look like, of course, so you can take a good look at them. Also, one of these is going to be heat friendly and one of these is going to be regular synthetic fiber. So we're going to start with Escape Soft here. I just put Avenue Soft down for a minute. So this one here is Escape Soft. And when we have the word soft after Ellen Wille's styles, that just essentially means that it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, and there's usually some hand-tied portion, especially on the top. You're going to find some hand-tied portion up there. So let's take a look here. You're going to have this extended temple-to-temple lace front that's made out of monofilament material here. So this is not the soft part. This, you know, if you're used to monofilament, it can be a little scratchy, a little pokey, a little bit uncomfortable for some people. So just note that that part of this is not the soft part. However, all that being said, I do find that having the monofilament up at your lace front, I do quotes for lace front because monofilament isn't technically lace. It's sort of like pretend lace in a way. But since we do have that monofilament up at the lace front, it's not soft. But where we do find the soft part is on the top here. This is a hand-tied top. This is not a monofilament top. It's not made with the same material here. It's not made with what you typically see on a lot of other wigs that have what they would call a full monofilament top. This one here is a hand-tied top made with tulle material. You actually have two layers of that tulle-like material. You can pull them apart here. And that is what is going to create more of a soft feeling on your head. So if you do have a little bit of a sensitive scalp, this might help with that. However, on the downside of it, it does mean that the knotting on the top of your head is a little bit more visible, a little bit bigger, which I will show you when this goes on my head. We'll take a look at that. But it does make it a little bit comfortable. Now, aside from that, we do have this partially hand-tied cap here. So that means you're going to have this hand-tied portion in like the top third, I guess, of your cap. And then you have closed wefting in the bottom 2/3, if I were to just eyeball it. So that closed wefting is where a machine has sewn these fibers into rows on the style. And that allows for some cost cutting, bringing the cost down a little bit. And it does create a little bit of structure, and it does allow some permatease to be added into that closed wefting in some instances. And in this case, with Escape Soft, you will find a little bit of permatease within this closed wefting on your synthetic fiber. And then now let's take a look at these ear tabs here. These are not silicone ear tabs. They are not felt ear tabs. This is more of a breathable, porous, you can kind of see all the little pores in it, sport-like material. So it's intended to be a little bit more breathable. And then at your nape, you're going to have that felt nape, nice and soft with your Velcro adjusters. That is your cap for Escape Soft. And I have this here in a very dark brunette called Espresso Rooted. But you can see a little bit of dimension in here. There is a little bit of 6, which is more of a medium brown, going throughout here. I think you can kind of see that in this lighting. It just adds a little bit of dimension. So it's not just one plain dark brown color. Okay, we're looking a little crazy. I'm just gonna use my fingers to tone this down a bit. So again, this is Escape Soft. Now I will say that this is a pretty comfortable cap. It does feel nice on my head. I do find it does fit pretty true to average. It is a little bit big on me and my petite head. I measure 20.5 inches in circumference, 11.5 inches front to nape, 11.5 inches ear to ear. I would bring the adjusters in just a little bit so that my circumference fits nice and snug. However, all that being said, I do have some extra bulk within the cap. Like, I can pinch several wefts here. I don't know what you can see that I'm pinching, but I can definitely pinch some wefting here to give that extra space in that cap. Now, because I am a petite sized head in all of my measurements, a lot of wigs do feel big on me, but I say this is more true to average because there's not a lot of stretch in this cap. Let me just show you. Sorry, I know I just put that on, but there's really not a lot of stretch in here. So if you are much bigger than average in terms of your front to nape measurements, you might, although you might be able to fit like your circumference, because there is a lot of stretch within the circumference, you might not be able to fit it like over your head part, if that makes sense. So let me just show you. There's lots of stretch in your circumference, and often in a lot of wigs, you will find a lot of stretch. But if your measurements are too big front to nape, then your wig is not going to be able to necessarily come all the way forward, or your ear tabs are going to be sitting back here and you won't be able to pull your wig forward. And if you can't pull that wig forward, then the circumference doesn't really matter because you can't even get it like on your head properly. Does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining myself okay. What I'm just trying to say is that this fits pretty true to average and there's not a lot of stretch to the actual cap itself. Okay, now I did mention that you are gonna find a little bit of permatease in your closed wefting at the bottom here, giving you a little bit of extra volume down here. Not too much, it's really not a substantial amount of permatease. And of course, because this whole top portion is hand tied, you're not gonna find any permatease up on the top. So anytime you have a wig that is completely hand tied or has the hand tied portions on it, you're not gonna have any permatease up there. So that's gonna help allow it to lay a little bit more flat to your head and not be too unnaturally poofy in the crown. You're just gonna get most of the volume in the sort of body of your style. I know it's still, I need to work on this a little bit. I feel like when I took this out of the box, this is the third time I believe I've put this on my head. I haven't done anything to it. Like, this is out of the box. I've really just finger combed this. So, but the first time I did put this on my head, I felt it had a little bit of box hair. It was kind of cold set in a little bit funky position. I don't know if I turn around, you might be able to see. I feel like I would need to use a little bit of heat to kind of work at this to let some spots lay a bit more flat. But let me give you a spin. So you can see it's really cute with an ear tuck. I'm not really sure yet how these bangs should go. Let me do a spin first and then we'll kind of figure it out. All right, so these bangs, you could bring them forward. Obviously they are a little bit long, but you can always give them a little trim if you are more of that straight across bang person. And then you can brush them to the side if you prefer more of a side swept look, which I think in this case might work a little better. It looks very cute with an ear tuck here. I always leave a little bit of fiber in the front so we don't see the ear tabs. I'll do it on this side too. Overall, I do think this style is adorable and it's workable, but I just do want to warn you that you may take it out with a little bit of box hair. Okay, lastly, I do want to show you, of course, the lace front. Now, keep in mind, this is a very dark color. Whenever you have dark fiber or dark hair, your knotting is going to appear quite a bit more visible. So this is what your knotting is going to look like. I mean, do I love it? No, I don't. But so if you do have darker hair, one thing to note is that your knots are they're just unfortunately going to be more visible. And then I was going to show you what your hand-tied top is going to look like. So it's not truly going to give you a great illusion of scalp at all, especially because this tulle material is black. So you're going to get this illusion of scalp where your monofilament lace front is. But aside from that, the hand-tied top really just gives you the ability to part it. So here is your parting. You can part it anywhere you want, but you don't really get the illusion of scalp. You could add a little bit of makeup powder to your part line to help the illusion be a little bit more prominent, especially with this color, because with these darker colors, you're going to have the darker cap. If this were a lighter color, you're not gonna have this black tulle, sorry, you're not gonna have this black tulle material. You're gonna have more of this color if it's a lighter colored fiber. Okay, now let me show you guys Avenue Soft. So like I was mentioning, even though it has the word soft at the end of the name, doesn't necessarily mean the cap is exactly the same. It's just really gonna have those hand-tied features on it to make it feel a little bit more luxurious on your head. So this one here, we actually have a left monofilament part. So we have this full, almost full, I should say, lace front to your ear tabs here. And you'll notice that these ear tabs are smaller, hold on, than the ear tabs on Escape Soft. Escape Soft have almost these like teardrop ear tabs, and these ear tabs, they don't have that. They're just like a little bloop. So made with that same sort of porous sports material there, but your lace front on Avenue Soft here goes pretty far. Almost around your ear tab, but stop right there. So you do have a nice long lace front that's gonna take you probably around here on your head. And that monofilament lace front goes right into your monofilament left part. Now on the other side of the top here, this is where it's hand tied, and you do have that double layer of tulle material where each fiber has been hand tied onto here. All right, now the rest of this cap part is gonna look fairly similar to what we saw on Escape Soft, where you have the partial hand tied cap here with the hand tied up at the top and then the closed wefting for, you know, almost the majority of the cap here. You really just have a little bit of a hand-tied space up top, and which now that I look at this seems to be less hand-tied space than I see on Escape Soft, just a little bit less. Much more wefting on Avenue Soft. Trying to get all these names straight. So here's all that closed wefting. Again, same with this cap. Don't have that stretch front to nape, although you do have a little bit of stretch in like the side panels here. Your front to nape does not have that stretch to help you like get it over your head. And then your nape is made with that same porous sports material, and then you have your Velcro adjusters with a little bit of felt there for it to attach onto. All right, now this one, different from Escape Soft, which was regular synthetic, Avenue Soft is made with heat-friendly synthetic fiber. So you might find that the shine factor on Avenue Soft is going to be a little bit less than on Escape Soft. A big difference between regular synthetic and heat-friendly synthetic is that regular synthetic fiber can be quite a bit more shiny. Okay, I think that this style is absolutely adorable. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of Ellen Wille's style called Relax. Just with the back being a little bit flippy. This one is, I feel, is a little bit longer than Relax, but let me just spin for you, show you what this looks like from the back. This one also, of course, looks cute with an ear tuck. Now this one does have a left monofilament part, so you can part this on the left side while giving you that illusion of scalp right through there. You could, like, I'm not gonna say you can't do it, you could part this anywhere on top because it is hand tied. You could part this on the other side if you really wanted to. You're just not going to get as natural of an appearance of scalp. But because it is hand tied on the top, it does allow you to maneuver the fibers in different ways. It's just not gonna look quite the same. So this is more or less meant to be that left monofilament part that is on this style. Now you have the bangs, again, that could come forward if you want to, just give them a little bit of a trim. If they're too long, ow, or brush them to the side. There's no permatease anywhere on this style. So you're of course not gonna find any permatease in the top portion because it's all hand tied up there. And then even within the closed wefting here, you don't find any permatease there. Now I will note one more time that even though this is a little big for me as a petite, like I can just very easily lift this off of my head, no problem. And when I can do that, I know that it's not really fitting much smaller than average. It's fairly true to average. But that being said, there's no stretch front to back. So you're not gonna be able to like pull it over like you can on a lot of open wefted caps. Now let me show you this lace front here. I don't think we really took a look at that, but it does go fairly far, all the way to here, on each side, of course, and gives you a pretty good illusion of growth right from your hairline. I really do like this style. I feel very trendy in this one. I feel like this is one like you can style back a little bit if you wanted to kind of make yourself extra cool, or you know, you can mess it up a bit, add some volume, get yourself looking real messy, maybe not that messy, but a little bit messy. Or you can take it and like smooth it right down if you want that more polished look. But now in the back, we do have a little bit of flip-de-doos happening. It's gonna be a little bit flippy in the back. But in terms of short styles, I don't really wear short styles. It's really not my thing, but something like this, I would feel good wearing. All right, that's it. That is all. That's, I think, all I have to share with you about these two cute, newer short styles by Wille. Let me go ahead, put this one on one more time. There's people walking past my window right now and I look crazy. Oh, my window where I film is right at the front of my house. So anyone passing by, I feel like I'm just in a fishbowl. I can just see everything I'm doing. It's great. Anyways, here is Escape Soft again. And like I did mention, I do feel like Escape Soft might need a little bit of work. I might need a little bit of work with a little bit of heat to get this looking a little bit better. But sometimes it's truly just the luck of the draw of what you pull out of the box. You might get one that comes out of the box looking absolutely perfect. And then you might get one out of the box that has that sort of cold set and that box hair that you need to work with a little bit. But overall, style's pretty cute. All right, you guys, as always, let me know if you have any questions at all. Happy to help you if I can. And with that, I'm gonna let you go and enjoy your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.